All right, teammates. Let's get into it. Ooh, we seem like it's been a month of Sunday since we did this. I think we left Wednesday, so we didn't do this on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or Monday. Daggone. All right, let's get into it. All right, family. We are like, oh my God, I think it's October 22nd today. This month is almost over. This David Goggins Can't Hurt Me. I'm on like one in the 180s. The book is 360, so I'm like right over halfway. And oh my God, boy, this dude, we done got all the way here, and he just really kind of getting to know himself, so to speak, as relates to these ultra races and pushing himself. Then going through Navy SEALs, kind of just started him off on this journey, which is amazing. All right, so listen to this. So he's getting ready for this ultra marathon, which I didn't even know ultra marathons existed. Let me slow down. We get paid to read these books. Formal education to pay you a living, but self-education to pay you a fortune. David Goggins is a maniac, man. Oh my God. So he's going through all of this stuff through SEAL training, and now he's starting to run these ultra marathons, which I didn't even know that exist, where people, human beings, run 100 miles in 24 hours. What are you saying? That don't even sound like something I want to do. All right, that's like running from here to Beaumont all night long, nonstop. Like, come on, man. So this is kind of how he got into the first one. So listen to this. So he actually showed up, and he's getting ready to start. I should have known, this is page 166. I should have known that a breakdown was coming. By the time I started running at 10 a.m. on November 12, 2005, I hadn't run more than a mile in 6 months. This dude shows up for a 100-mile race and hadn't run a mile and then ran in 6 months. This dude is insane. But I looked like I was fit because I never stopped hitting the gym. While I was stationed in Iraq on my second deployment with SEAL Team 5 earlier in that year, I had gotten back into serious powerlifting, and my only dose of cardio was 20 minutes on an elliptical once a week. Are you hearing this? The point is, my cardiovascular fitness was an absolute joke, and still I thought it was a brilliant idea to try and run 100 miles in 24 hours. Come on, man. You got to know this is insane. And my point is, and my insight is, some things are required, you are required to get in shape for. To be successful requires preparation. Now, this is the opposite of the lesson he's seen in his book. I guess he's going to talk about how he suffered. So he's going to tell you, like don't do this. But success takes preparation. And the higher the level that you're trying to, the bigger the goal, the bigger the thing you're trying to accomplish, or you going after, the more preparation it's going to take. So it was always an effed up idea, but I considered it doable because 100 miles in 24 hours demands a pace of just under 50. Listen to his psychology. The reason why he thought he could run 100 miles in 24 hours and he ain't worked out, no preparation. This is his psychology why he thought he could do it. He says, now you talk about an A-type personality, crazy person, this is him. He says, I considered it doable. Now listen, are you hearing this? He says, I considered it doable because 100 miles in 24 hours demands a pace of just under 15 minutes a mile. If it came to it, I figured I could walk that fast, only I didn't walk. When that horn sounded at the start of the race, I took off hot and zoomed to the front of the pack. Exactly the right move if your race day goal is to blow the F up. And then that's what he did. Oh my God. So anyway, that's the beginning. That's how he looked when it started. You got to read it for yourself to hear the brutality, the brutal breakdown. Oh my God, it's insane. Page 168, 69, 170, 171. Oh, then how he ended up doing it. I mean, it is just, I can't, you got to read it for yourself. All right, so listen to this. Now, this is point 2. This is on 178. Now, he is all the way off the cliff, falling to his death, and he just won't stop fighting. Listen to this. He says, so he was like, when you start having so much pain and suffering, the first level of doubt that leads to you quitting is when you start questioning, why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? I can just quit. You start thinking of all these other alternatives. What else I could do? What else I could do? This is just insane. And so you can just say, well, and then you just rationalize it, and then you just quit. So you gotta have a powerful why. So listen to this. He says, seeing images from that race materialize on my monitor terrified and thrilled me. The terrain all looked kind of harsh. Now he's talking about another race that he would be running after this one. I'd always considered the marathon to be the pinnacle of endurance racing, and now I was seeing there were several levels beyond it. Like a marathon of 26 miles, he's talking about 100. I filed the information away and figured I'd come back to it someday. The Operation Red Wings happened, and I vowed to run a Badwater 135 to raise money for the Special Operations Warrior, a non-profit founded as a battlefield promise in 1980, when 8 Special Operations Warriors died in a helicopter crash. So when his first level of pain hit him, he started thinking about the commitment he made to the Special Operations Warrior Foundation. And so you have to have a strong enough why to pull you through the challenges. That's my insight number 2. And you got to read the book for yourself, because once you get to the point where you way past the basic level of sanity, it don't even matter about doing something for somebody else. You got to do it for you. So now you got to read all that for yourself. Now, because he go way past just doing it to raise money. He is doing this for some deep, entrenched, genetic psychosis he got, in my opinion. All right, because he ain't did no preparation. Now, let's get into it. This is point 3, and I'm going to let y'all go. So, it was the leader of the second race he was trying to run that put the challenge out there for him to run this other race for him to even qualify to get into this one. So, he goes, so he's calling the guy, asking him, can he get in his Badwater 135? The guy says, no, before you do that, you got to run this 100-miler over here. That's how he ended up there. So this is his conversation with this guy, with the director of the race that he wants to run in for fundraising. He says, one thing about me is I'm the same with everyone, Cosma said when I called him back. Listen to this. We have certain standards for getting into our race, and that's the way it is. But hey, there's a 24-hour race in San Diego coming up this weekend. He continued, his voice dripping with sarcasm. Go run 100 miles and get back to me. Now listen to this, teammates. So that's my point. You got to have standards, and you got to make sure you're around people with standards. When you around people that's got high standards, they will hold you accountable. That's basically what you want in leadership. That's what leaders provide. Set a standard, hold people to it, set a great example. What else can you do? We got standards around here. Teammates, don't you just love this stuff? Don't you just love it? You can program yourself for success. This book costs $22 or something probably. You can program your success. You can program yourself for amazing success for basically $20 a month. I love you guys. We'll run this play again tomorrow.